This video is brought to you generously by our friends at Squarespace Logo. Squarespace Logo helps anyone create a simple logo on their own. You can check it out today for free at squarespace.com/logo. Squarespace Logo. Logos made simple. Welcome to this 2-minute tutorial brought to you by Tutvid.com, and today we're going to take a very quick look at making glossy lips or glossier lips. If you are looking at your photo, your finished product, and you want to add a little bit of pop to the face, a lot of times just adding some gloss to the lips can really add just a really nice element to the final finished retouched image. Now, like with any image, the better quality starting image you have, the better lights, the better everything, just sharpness and detail, the better your final finished result is going to be. So, with all of that in mind, I'm going to be using this photograph of this girl, and we're going to go ahead and use a little dodge and burn method to really make the lips appear glossier. What we're going to do is create a new layer above our image layer. So create a new layer, and we're going to name it just D and B for dodge and burn. After that, I'm going to go Edit, Fill, and I'm going to fill using 50% gray. Hit OK. You can see, boom, we've covered our image with gray. Next, I'm going to go to the Layers panel and go Normal, but I'm going to choose a blend mode of Soft Light. Soft Light's going to get rid of that 50% gray and allow us to just hold shadow and detail, or shadow and highlight detail, excuse me. And we're going to create some shadows and highlights using the Dodge and Burn tool. So grab the Dodge tool. I'm working with my range set to midtones and an exposure of about 25%, and I'm going to zoom in on the lips here. And all I'm looking to do is just target kind of the big highlight areas. So there's one big highlight, but also, and more importantly, are all of these micro highlights along the ridges. You can see all this texture on her lips. All of these ridges have these little highlights that run alongside of them. I'm looking to paint along them using my Dodge tool. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and speed the video along, and then we'll talk about the Burn tool in just a moment. And there you have it. We've painted in the highlights. And again, it's a labor of love. You really just want to take your time and, use a very small brush and get all these little, edges and ridges and bring out that detail. So now that we've done the Dodge tool, we're going to go grab the Burn tool. The Burn tool is much the same thing. Range set to midtones. I find that it's better if you up the exposure a little bit more. So I'm using an exposure of about 40 in this case. And I'm going to do the same exact thing, but this time just paint over the little shadow ridge areas, right? So I'm intensifying the contrast on a very micro level here. So bringing up those little tiny shadows, bringing up those little tiny highlights, and it's going to make it look like the lips are glossier. So again, I'm going to speed through this real quick, and then we'll take a look at it at the end. Alright, so there we have it. We've gone ahead and boosted the shadows and highlights. So if I shut that off and then turn it on, you can see what exactly we've done. And if that isn't quite enough gloss or enough contrast, you can just take your Dodge and Burn layer and hit Command or Control J to duplicate it and double up the intensity of the effect. So there's before, there is after, and we have radically increased the glossiness. In fact, probably a little bit too much with that second layer. We've radically increased the glossiness of the lips in this image. So that's it for this one. Thank you so much for sticking around and checking out this tutorial. Make sure you go check out Tutvid.com for more free video tutorials. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, that video was sponsored by the wonderful folks over at Squarespace Logo. Squarespace Logo is the perfect way for anyone to create a simple logo of their own with a huge, massive library of fonts and a ton, that is 30,000 or more icons and growing daily. You can go over to Squarespace Logo and quickly create a unique and professional logo for your business or your project. Squarespace Logo is free for current Squarespace customers to use, and is also free for non-commercial projects, and for everybody else, it's just $10. So jump over to squarespace.com/logo, you'll see the URL on the screen, to check it out and to create your very own logo today.